EA Sports. It's in the game.
What's up, AJ? Back here at E3 2012. We're talking NHL 13 again. Sean Ramjag, seeing line producer for NHL 13. Of course, Dean Richards, you are the GM for the NHL franchise. Of course, you've also been on the Fight Night and SSX franchises, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, Rammer, you and I play a little hockey on the side, but Dean, you actually played some professional hockey as well.
I played a little bit in Europe.
Okay.
And I've been playing the sport since I was about 4 years old, so I have a tremendous amount of passion for hockey and love being a part of this development team.
I bring it up because two major gameplay innovations for NHL 13. The first being True Performance Skating, the next one being EA Sports Hockey IQ. Tell us about that.
Well, EA Sports Hockey IQ really refers to the AI. And for us, again, with True Performance Skating, we wanted to capture the true flow of today's NHL. When you fundamentally change your skating system as much as we have in NHL 13, you need to also have the AI support that as well. And we also wanted to capture just the player awareness, the goalie awareness, and really the team systems and strategies of today's NHL. That's EA Sports Hockey IQ.
And what kind of a challenge is it, and Rammer, you can answer as well, like what kind of a challenge is it to bring that real NHL feel and the way the players think on the ice and that artificial intelligence into a video game? Well,
you know, for us, rewriting something, we actually spent more time on the AI this year than the past 3 years combined.
Oh, wow.
And it fundamentally supports everything we do. We talked about before how the skill stick and True Performance Skating gives you that full arsenal of what a player can have in his tool set today. Well, it's about the AI as well. For us, it's about the awareness of players. It's awareness of the goalies. It's how they play their team systems, how it all combines. In the past, players were only aware of what was just in front of them, kind of the proximity of where they were. They weren't aware of what other players around the ice were doing. And the same with goalies. They just followed the puck. They focused on the puck. They weren't really aware of the potential threats around them. And then, you know, for EA Sports Hockey IQ, it's pulling that all together, and it's really about coming together as a team, as players being aware of everything around them, being 2 steps ahead of where they need to be. They can understand exactly who has players out on the ice, who's being covered. I know exactly my role on the ice, and never before have we had that kind of intelligence in our game.
So, just quickly, what are people going to notice first about EA Sports Hockey IQ when they pop the disc in on September 11th, 2012?
Well, I'll start with the goalies, because that there is, they actually have now the awareness of potential threats around them, and that's, for us, that's really something that was called out by our community a lot. They tended to see the same goals over and over again. You pass it to the guy on the far side, he one-times it in the net. So we really wanted to address that, and one of the things was give that goalie awareness, add over 1,000 animations to the goaltender as well, and the ability to make those saves once they come across to save that, to make those saves. And for us is giving individual the ability for each limb to move independently. In the past, once they were committed to make a save, they were committed. Now, while they're committed, they can actually have a full range with all limbs, both arms and legs, to make those saves. So very dynamic goaltenders this year.
All right, Rammer's got the controller in his hand. We could talk about this all day, but I think what people want to see is some gameplay. So let's jump in here and show a little bit.
So EA Sports Hockey IQ starts with the goalies for us. In the past, the goalies were only aware of the puck carrier coming down on them. No sense of a 2-on-1 or there's a guy in a scoring threat position, not with the puck, but ready to take a one-timer or something like that. Here's an example right here, actually, of a 2-on-1 coming down, and the goalies recognizes that there's a weak side player here that is a potential scoring threat. If you look, he actually, his left leg here actually twitches a little bit. He moves, a fraction of an inch to the left.
Kind of cheats a little bit over there.
Cheating a little bit. So as a user coming down on the goalie, you can actually recognize that that goalie's starting to cheat a little bit, and in that case, you probably want to shoot the puck short side high. Because the goalie can move each limb individually, we've essentially added an infinite number of goalie animations here. Just playing the game every single day, we're seeing just incredible saves from the goalies. He's able to scramble, he's able to dive across, he's able to move his hand, take away all of this, as opposed to last year. If you recall playing last year, I know you played the game, a goalie would dive across a desperation save, 2 hands across like this, and if the puck went anywhere in here or above my hand, the puck was going in the net, there was no flexibility there for the goalie. This year, when he dives across, he can move this hand, he can move this arm, he can reach back, so working on either one of those planes. His legs are independent as well, so really just opens up a whole new level of realism for the goalies. It's something that we're really, really proud of. And as a philosophy, early on in pre-production, we started talking about goalies and how we're going to take goalies to the next level. We wanted to have the ability for the goalie to make every single save possible. Have a 0-0 game every single time. We call it the perfect goalie internally. Once the goalie is able to save everything by having the individual limb movement, then we can open it up and start to give goals back and make the goalies a little more realistic. What are the situations where the goalie might get beat a little bit more? So that was our approach to goalies this year, and the results, as you can see with the save that you're looking at right here, the results kind of speak for themselves. And
all right, Rammer, we've seen what the goalies can do in NHL 13. What about the rest of the team?
Yeah, so the next part, we talked about the goalies. The next thing for us was focusing on the players. In NHL 12, the players were aware of the puck carrier, and that's it. They weren't aware of everything happening around them, where the scoring threats were, who was open for a pass, passing lanes, that type of thing. So this year we focused on just the player awareness in general as part of our EA Sports Hockey IQ, just so that players now understand where the puck is, where the puck carrier is, and where other threats are. So they're aware of all players on the ice. So now a guy on the weak side who has a specific person he's responsible for in any one of the new strategies that we put in there understands that he doesn't need to be fully aware of where the puck is, but understand that he is responsible for the guy. And as his player becomes more of a threat, depending on the puck position, then he can sort of further engage himself. So really just making sure the players had a better, more open outlook to everything happening on the ice, so they can read and react better, whereas opposed to NHL 12, they're just focused on the puck. And that.
Right, you don't want them to act like 8-year-olds on a soccer field.
You know what? Yeah, that's exactly it. We just wanted the players to have way more intelligence and just be able to react more accordingly to the new systems that we put in there. So as we're playing here, I'm going to put my team into one of the new forecheck strategies we have, the 1-3-1. Tampa Bay and Philly made that pretty famous this year. I'll take the guy at the top of the forecheck here. I'm going to funnel the offensive team up the right boards. So if we go to replay here, let's focus on the weak side guy. As the player's coming up the far side, watch how he's focused on his man, taking away him as a threat, and staying with him as he moves up the ice. Well, again, this is all part of the EA Sports Hockey IQ and making sure the players are aware where the puck is, but also what their role is within the system that they're trying to play, and taking care of the guy that they're responsible for.
Okay, Rammer, real NHL teams don't play the same way. They all play a little different. How does that translate into NHL 13?
Yeah, so like Dean mentioned, we spent more time working on our AI this year than the past 3 years combined. We've revamped every single offensive, defensive strategy, and to better reflect the real NHL and what teams are doing these days, we've actually reworked every single forecheck strategy as well. So all in all, we have over 5 times as many new strategies in the game. Each one of those we spent a significant amount of time just refining and making sure that it replicates what you're seeing in the real NHL. So you couple our EA Sports Hockey IQ, all the work we've done with AI, goalies, the player awareness, and the true performance skating, and we're really proud of what we've done with our gameplay. This is the deepest, the most innovative and authentic experience we delivered on this generation of console.
All right, Rammer, Dean, I've been playing the game since I was a kid. This looks really, really good. The best upgrade I've seen since 07 with the skill stick. Everybody remembers that. You guys must be really excited.
And we're super excited. We can't wait for people to check out all the gameplay stuff out on the floor. But stay with us after E3. We got tons of great improvements to the game and connected experiences with GM Connected and NHL Moments Live, to name a few. But stay with us throughout. We got much more to come.
All right, and be sure to stay with us for more E3 coverage at easports.com/E3.